Seems like this chapter, like you said, could probably be another book.
yeah, the emotional residue for sure, man. And just knowing that, like, as a contractor, you know, that's what unforgiveness is. It's a contract with somebody. It's like you got accused, or you got, you know, blamed, or you got your character attacked, or you got poked, and then you got hurt.
Yeah.
That's what it is. At the end of the day, you got hurt, and you grow this defense, and you start carrying this what we call unforgiveness.
Sure.
And what you do when that happens is you sign a contract with that person. And I know this as a contractor. I've signed many contracts over the years, and we could finish the project and all these things. They're still on my mind. Their house, is it going to leak? Is anything going to happen? Is it going to be okay while I'm sleeping at night? Because I signed a contract with them. And so, you know, my encouragement to anybody is that to find the flashpoint of why you may be carrying this emotional residue or an unforgiveness. And we have to solve that. You have to solve that, because if you don't solve it, you have to almost terminate the contract. If you don't terminate the contract, it will carry with you. So it is for them. You do want to release them, but it's released for you too. And so what was really cool of what I discovered, man, was like, you know, Jesus came to fulfill the law. Can we agree?
Yeah.
And what did he say? Love God with all your heart. And then love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's what got me, man. It was like the biggest residue of all time, man, is like, number one is forgiving your neighbor. Love them. Like, you know what I mean? Love them like you love yourself. But like you love yourself. Also, sometimes that emotional residue, the deepest ones, are when we have to forgive ourselves. That's one of the deepest ones. You sit there and forgive everybody, but if you're walking in unforgiveness with yourself,
Tough. Yeah.
that's the deepest one, man. So yes, this could be a whole nother book,
Yeah.
you know, in and of itself, but it was very important, man, for me to address emotional residue of all different kinds. Unforgiveness being the one that seemed to resonate like the most with most people, in finding a place to, you know, forgive, you know, release, so you can move on in clarity.
This chapter might be the one that has the most goods that weren't in the book. I think so. Would you agree?
Yeah. There's just so much there, man. Like, yeah.
But that's super good stuff with the smoke chapter 8 of Smoke Screen. If you guys, actually, before we close it off, do you have anything else to mention or?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think, you know, a lot of times it's easy to say you got to forgive somebody, right? And there's a story that God shed light on me that helped me understanding how to forgive somebody.
Yeah.
And I want to share that just to make sure it's like there in case somebody wants to, how do you position yourselves properly to like really forgive somebody, right?
Yeah, an application.
It's just understanding, you know, a heart posture. And so there's a story where a Pharisee in the old times invited Jesus in to have sit and dine with them. And in those times, man, like in respect, in their culture, used to sit, dine, sit back, kick your feet up on the table, relax, you get served, and it's a great time. But in the midst of all that, a local let's call her a prostitute, actually came in close to the house, came in, saw Jesus, got excited, had perfume, went to Jesus' turn, put his feet on the ground. She went down, she anointed his feet, wiped it with her hair, crying, tears falling down, and just recognized that she's a sinner, and just like knew that he was who he was, the Son of God who came to forgive, and he was the anointed one. So she was there at his feet. Now the Pharisee, sitting on probably the other side of Jesus, just, you know, create imagery, he starts whispering in the story, like to the buddies or his other Pharisee buddies, like, hey, like, does he know who she is? Like, we all know who she is. That's that local prostitute. This is our town. Like, and look at him, like he's took his feet off the table, letting her touch him, like, what's going on? And so Jesus kind of turns and gives him a little story. He said, let me ask you this, man. Like, if you got two people, you know, one is in a debt of, I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the numbers, but one is in a debt of like $50 and the other one's in a debt of $500. Like, And here I am, I'm the judge of both of these debts, and I forgive both of them. Who's going to recognize the debt more? He's like, obviously the one with 500, like obviously, right?
Yeah.
And so basically what Jesus was illustrating to me was that, number one, and let me know if you agree with this, the Pharisee and the prostitute in God's eyes, is there a difference in debt? There's not. We're both sinners to a full debt, right?
Yeah.
And so what Jesus was painting the picture was not that her debt was greater than his. He was painting the picture that she recognizes how great her debt is. You don't. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And so there was a posture difference. One was sitting up on the table with his feet kicked up. I think Jesus and God illustrated that beautifully, allowed it to happen, because he's propped up with his feet kicked up on the table while she's on the ground crying with her tears and anointing God's feet and understanding the depth of her sin. So now looking at like unforgiveness with somebody, right? If I'm sitting in here and I have this bitterness or offense or unforgiveness with you,
Yeah.
basically I'm lowering my debt and raising yours. That's what's happening.
Right.
You see, that's my posture. I'm saying your debt is more than me.
That's crazy.
And so to really forgive somebody is to recognize, like the prostitute on the ground, that our debts are the same.
Yeah. That's wild, bro. That's so good.
And so for me, it reminds me of my posture. I ain't no better than this person. Thank God for his grace. Thank God for his mercy on both of us.
Yeah.
Right? Understanding. And I believe God allowed this whole, journey of just being in a sinful body to understand that posture. And setting us up for success, actually. To understand,
sure.
we're the beauty of gratitude, right? And behind it. So I think that was worth sharing.